I can do this. I can do this. Okay. Wait. We can do this. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay. We can do this because I know I can do this. I've just been to the zone and back, and the only way I could keep doing these reviews is if I not look at you, the viewer, myself. So we're gonna have to keep. So from this point on, we're gonna have to keep doing it like this. So anyway, welcome to the back of my head. My name is Nate Jackson, the Criterion Collector Reviewer Guy, and this is number 68, Orpheus. Pre-mastered, remastered, bang 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 bada boom. I hope you can see that. Of course I can't, I can't check myself. And gosh, I hope you guys can hear me too. This one, yeah, I mean, we're in the second part of the Orpheus trilogy, and we are the Orphic trilogy, if you will. And this one is actually a trip. I mean, they call this the center. Makes sense. It's just pretty much a modern-esque telling of the Orphic trilogy. It starts off, it's basically just, Orpheus is a poet. He's a famous poet who lives on the left bank. A famous poet scorned by the left bank youth. He's witness to a car accident or some kind of accident where this guy dies, and is rescued by this princess and her driver. And it is soon revealed that the princess is actually Death herself, and the driver is I forget the guy's name. He's got this really weird, unpronounceable name. Hermaphrodites or Hurtibisi. You figure out how to pronounce that. Can you see it? I hope you can see it. Heurtebis. That's how you spell it. So there you go. Orpheus lives with his wife Eurydice, and it's a little tricky because it's a little different. It's not just Orpheus' wife dies and he has to go back and find her, go to the underworld and find her and all that, So it's just a bit, it's a little far-fetched, in that the princess ends up falling in love with Orpheus, and I think that's probably why she has Eurydice killed. I'm assuming, or I don't know. It was a little confusing, but yeah, of course, Eurydice dies, and her mythology takes Orpheus to the zone, which the underworld, or the zone, and he finds her, and he's under like this jury trial thing, and after confessing his love he ends up falling in love with Death herself too, and so in the end they end up sending both of them back, Orpheus and Eurydice, back to Earth, with the exception that Orpheus never looked at Eurydice ever again, otherwise he'll lose her forever. And so Hermaphrodite is sent back to pretty much like protect them from looking at each other. And he's like totally on their side because he's freaking out, like, hey, be careful, don't look at the mirror, don't look at this, don't look at that. It's weird. It's really, really weird, So yeah, it's a freaky thing. And yeah, so basically, in the end, they're in the car, and that's another thing. It's Orpheus. That's the thing. I think that's what happens. Orpheus, Death is able to take Eurydice because by preoccupying Orpheus's time with these fake, like, decoded messages on the radio, which is really weird. It's But it's interesting though because those decoded messages are actually were actually sampled in Pet Shop Boys DJ Culture. So when I heard him, I was like, that's the same voice. That's where they got it from. That's a little personal, tying it to culture that I knew. But yeah, so anyway, he goes, they come back and then they're in the car together. He's transcribing the things and she gets in the car and she's like caressing him and he accidentally looks in the rearview mirror and sees her and she disappears. And then this crowd is after Orpheus because they are blaming him for the death of the young poet, and they have to escape back to the underworld. Orpheus and her from the movie, and after finding death again, she ends up like sacrificing herself, her and Hermaphrodites, so that he can become an immortal poet or something like that. And so Orpheus is sent back to like the present time, and he's got Eurydice back, and he remembers nothing, and Death and Hermione are sent to like an unknown fate, and that's pretty much how the movie ends. It's a great story. I'm familiar with the story of Orpheus because, of course, I did it with did a project, a music history project back in when I went to UC Davis. As well as, of course, Black Orpheus. Seeing that was, a treat. Not only almost like 10 films before this, almost 10 films or so. No, more than 10 films. 20 films, I think, only, or so. I think Black Orpheus was 48, I think it was 48. I don't remember. Yeah, no, it's a great story. As always, John Cocteau, throws those awesome special effects in. And pulls no punches in telling a story that amazes and, freaks out people and all that. So, yeah, it's a trip. It's a real treat. And, I give it a B+. I think before Eurydice, there were a lot of plot points that I lost with this new telling that I didn't get until after. It wasn't until Eurydice actually died that I really caught on what was going on. Like the whole, transcribing the radio messages and Death being the princess and all that. It was just a little too weird, confusing. But by the time, Orpheus and Hermione went into the zone, it was a trip. It was a real trip, and I figured it all out, and it all made sense, and yeah. So yeah, I give it a B+ for, just great story. Excellent special effects. Just a little weird on the plot at certain points. So there you go. Orpheus. All right. Here's the old version. The only bonus features are Cocteau's 1950s essays on film, of course, tells things. But let's talk about all the crazy special effects on the new version, the 2-disc special edition. Let's see. John Cocteau, Autobiography of an Unknown. Already seen it from Blood of a Poet. Didn't review it. John Cocteau and His Tricks, a video interview, 2008, a video interview with assistant director Claude Pinotu. This is a 14-minute interview with, director Claude Pinotu, who helps explain some of the special effects that, Cocteau did. So it's done a little annoying though, the way they do it. Criterion set it up, or whoever produced it. I guess it was 2008. Like, the interviewer is supposed to be speaking from like the radio, and the voice just got on my nerves. But there you go. Let's see, 40 minutes with Jean Cocteau, 1957, an interview with the director. That was pretty boring. 40 minutes of just him talking about, his film and the cinema, and then there's like at least 10 minutes of him talking about this like chapel that he painted. And I was like, get to the films, and I guess this was 57. This was before Testament of Orpheus, right? Testament of Orpheus is 1959. Yeah, so they're talking a big point. They were talking about Orpheus was the final film. I guess 49 was his last film, but then he made Testament of Orpheus, and there you go. Let's see. In Search of Jazz, 1956, an interview with Cocteau on the use of jazz in the film. Kind of cool. Nice to hear him talk about jazz and all that. La Villa Sancto Sospir, 1951, a 16mm color film by Cocteau. This I didn't watch because it's actually a bonus film in Testament of Orpheus, and so I decided I'm gonna hold off and do it when I do this one. Let's see, Gallery of Images by French film portrait photographer Roger Corbeau, just shots from the film, promotional stuff, really nice. Raw news, and then the final thing is raw newsreel footage from 1950 of the St. Cyr Military Academy ruins, the location used in the film. It's just shots of the ruins that made up the zone. So there you go. So Orpheus, story of Orpheus. This one I'd say watch it, check it out. It's pretty good. Avoid watch Blood of a Poet if you have to, but Orpheus, this one, it's got a plot, great special effects. It's defining Cocteau. So there you go. Alright, so tomorrow, Testament of Orpheus. So tomorrow's Testament of Orpheus. And let's see. 60, Monday, Last Temptation of Christ. 61 will be Magic Flute, Tuesday. And then probably 62 will be on Wednesday, probably, because it's not too short. I mean, it's not too long, and there aren't a lot of bonus features. Le Million, which you can't see, well, there. Le Million, yeah. So there. Yeah, so I'll be careful for the next couple reviews, and yeah. Sorry about this, but you know, I gotta be careful. I want this to keep going. God, I don't even know if I can stop it. I'm gonna have to like cover my eyes. I'm not looking. I'm just looking at the keyboard. It's not fine. Not looking at the camera. Okay. I think I'm okay. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Okay, I got the stop sign. Okay, good. Wait. Where is it? Okay, good. All right. Okay. I'm ready. Okay. So basically, all right. Thanks for watching. Sorry about this, but this is what happens when you go to the zone and back. And you're like Orpheus and all that. So yeah, we'll finish up the Orphic trilogy tomorrow with number 59, Testament of Orpheus. Are we at number 59 already? God, we're making progress. We're gonna make a lot of progress this weekend if we do one a day. So here you go. Testament of Orpheus, and yep. So thanks for watching, and we will see you tomorrow for Testament of Orpheus. And until then, goodbye. Oh shit.